Hello my friends and welcome back to Kev's Hobby Showcase. I'm of course Kevin. You may have also seen me on Tabletop Jones Productions where John and I are the two idiots playing board games. And today, of course, third weekend of February. Well, the first one was, a little bit of half one, but I counted it anyway. So anyway, third weekend of the February. So the third weekend, what am I doing? That's right, cooking. So now I was thinking long and hard about what to do for today. And I thought of a couple of things. I actually did think about making fried chicken, which I will do on a future video, but I'm not going to do it in this one. And then there was another idea I had just today when I was at the supermarket because Stop and Shop had pork shoulders on sale, and I managed to get one. And I was like, ooh, maybe we'll do this on the channel, but I'm not sure how to cook it yet. So that one I might film no matter when I actually do it, and then just get it ready for like another time when it's time for the cooking video. Oops, sorry about that. But what I am going to do is actually a dish that I learned from my ex-wife. I think she did it while we were dating, and we made it several times while we were married. It's a dish where you take boneless, skinless chicken thighs, you cut them up, cook them up in a skillet pan, sorry, and you put a chicken seasoning on it. Now the seasoning we had at the time was one we had gotten from like a friend of the family, a very dear friend of the family who unfortunately has passed on, and she had given us it was called chicken sprinkle. It looked like it was kind of almost homemade, but it was from where she used to work, and that's something I could never find. But I did find a good chicken seasoning at the butcher that I go to, and so I'm going to be using that. So you basically, it's like you cook cut up the chicken thighs, you cook them in the skillet pan, you put the chicken seasoning on it, but also with it, I'm going to be cooking some white rice, and I'm going to be cooking up some peppers. I'm gonna have pretty much one of every color, so it's going to be a good amount of peppers. Now let me tell you something. You put down that rice, you put the peppers on top of it. You're going to see this at the end. You put the peppers on top of it, and you put that chicken on top of that. Oh, it comes out so good. So I'm going to do that today. All right. So I'm going to go into the kitchen. I'm going to get everything ready to go, and I will see you in a little bit. Okay, I'm in the kitchen, getting ready. Got some pretty much got my ingredients out, except the chicken seasoning. I'll get that out later. All right. So let's point you down towards the workspace. Whoops. All right. Okay. So this is going to be for the chicken. I mean, for those of you who watched the unboxing video, you know that I got all this as reward for 30 years of service to Verizon. And let me just turn this a little bit more. Okay, this here is going to be for the rice. So I have in here, I mean, you're not going to see the markings, but this is 1.5 cups of rice, white rice. Let me tell you that 1.5 cups is plenty. You'll make plenty of rice. Now let me just add some water. And to make rice, usually it's for every cup of rice, you put double the amount of cups of water. And then my own personal thing that I do is I always take a little block of butter for a little bit of flavor. Okay, get that going, and we'll keep it covered. Okay, now, whoops, sorry, let me turn this a little bit more. So I got my chicken thighs here. Let's move the cups out of the way. Now, normally when I do this, the skillet pan that I normally use is non-stick, but after a while it's not non-stick anymore. So I am going to add a little bit of oil, just so that it doesn't totally stick. And because normally what I would do is I would let the juices from the chicken be what keeps it from sticking. So now, basically, just take each piece, just cut it down. All right. But also when you open up these packages of the boneless thighs, it's always good to, give it a good feel, because sometimes there are still pieces of bone in there. All right, so I'm just going to cut up one on camera. I'll do the rest off camera because this particular package has, I think, 10 of these. And also be careful not to nick your fingers. I've done that before, and believe me, it is not fun. All right, maybe I'll do one more on camera. All right, so yeah, just give a little, feel around, make sure there's no pieces of bone in there, and just cut away. All right, so after this, just got to be careful when you cut it. Like I said, just try not to cut yourself. So after this, I'll do the rest off camera. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest off camera. Okay. Oof. Alright, so I'm going to do the rest off camera, and when I come back, well, I'll show you the chicken seasoning, but when I also when I come back, because this will be cooking, so I'm going to be getting the peppers ready to cook. That's what the frying pan is for. Alright, so stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back, and funny thing happened while I was preparing the peppers. Let me just show you. Rice is finished. It's all finished, so I'm going to cover that, keep it warm. As you can see, the chicken is now cooking, and I'm going to be placing the peppers in this frying pan. Just want to put some oil in the pan first. Okay. Get the fire going, and look at that. All these peppers. Okay. Just let that cook up a bit. Now, let's check out this. The chicken is starting to cook up nicely. Yeah, I think it's inevitable that some pieces are going to stick, but hopefully not too much. So, now that it's cooked a little bit, let's put in the seasoning. Okay. Now I'm going to do this twice. So first, put it in there, let it cook, let it settle in. We're going to have this. We have the peppers cooking. The rice is already finished. So we got 2 out of the 3 things already done. All right, so let's bring this back up here. Okay. Oops. Sorry, I have my tripod precariously balanced on a tray table. Anyway, so we're gonna let this. Sorry, more centered here. So I'm gonna let this cook for a bit, and when I come back, we're gonna be stirring up the chicken just a little bit more, putting more seasoning on it, stirring up the peppers if it needs to be, because I want the peppers to get soft, get a little bit soft, not too much, but a little bit soft at the very least. The rice, like I said, is already done. Like I said, 1.5 cups makes quite a bit of rice. And so while that's all going on, I'm going to start getting bowls ready for everything and bring it to the table. All right. So anyway, stay tuned, and I will be right back. Okay. So this has been cooking a little bit. I'm going to start to stir it in. Okay. So since it's stainless steel, we use a wooden spoon. Because a metal spoon would scratch this thing up. At least that's what it said in the instructions. Alright, so mix it up. Try to also move some of the chicken pieces down that haven't started to fully cook yet. And we're going to hit it again with some seasoning. Okay. Let that continue to cook. As you can hear, there's a nice sizzle coming from where the peppers are. Peppers is probably going to be the last thing that's going to be done. Alright. Alright, so I'm going to let that cook a bit more. And when I come back, hopefully it'll be either done or close to being done. Alright, so stay tuned, I will be back. Okay, I'm back, and it looks like at least the peppers are done. So just bring it down. Whoops, almost went all the way down there. Alright, so peppers are done. I'm going to put them into this bowl here. Oh well, I think I lost one to the floor. And then I did. Okay. So the only thing that's left is the chicken. Let's see what we got here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to let this cook just a little bit more, just to be sure that it's, get some of the liquid gone, and to make sure that it's fully cooked. Which I'm pretty sure it is, but better to be safe than sorry. Okay, so I'm going to give that a little bit more time, and then I'm gonna, then I'll come back and it'll be time to taste. All right, so stay tuned. I'll be back, and it looks like everything's about pretty much done. So let's take a look down. Look at that. Chicken is fully cooked. I'm gonna get this in a bowl and get it to the table. Oh, sorry. There we go. Now you can see it. Yeah. Fully cooked. I'm gonna bring it to the table. So. Oh, sorry about that. So anyway, so I'm going to get that in a bowl. I'm going to get it to the table. I'm going to put everything together and give it a good taste. All right, so stay tuned. I will be right back. Okay, I'm at the dinner table. Just went through a scare of my camera. Made me think that my SD card went bad. Fun stuff. All right, so let's... there we go. All right, so first... some white rice. Next, some peppers. Try to get at least one of every color. At least that's what I'm doing. Okay. Last but definitely not least, whoop, that's the chicken. Okay. Now, basically that's how I always prepare it. So it's put the rice in first, then the peppers, chicken on top. Now, to taste. Dip it down a little bit more so you can actually see it. Yeah. Get some of the rice. Get a pepper at least. And some chicken. Yeah. Oh yeah. Very good. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. Maybe if you want to try this, please, please, make it. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I know I do, and my kids do too. Oh, it's a family favorite. So anyway, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. I am up to 63 subscribers. I'd like to make it to 75. And please go to Tabletop Drums Productions and do the same there. Currently over there we're at 31. We want to make it to 50 so we can live stream games. We don't know how yet, but we want to try it. And so just and if you decide to make this for yourself, enjoy. And I'll see you again. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next month, but maybe it might be one of the other two that I mentioned earlier. I don't know yet. All right. Anyway, so thank you again for watching. Take care of yourselves. You have a great day, and I'll see you again.